building something here. 5 years ago, we imagined that we could take 7 acres of completely undeveloped property and make it a home. It started with an idea, it became a possibility, and here we are on our homestead that's now a reality. We moved our family of 6 from the Houston suburbs to rural central Texas to transform 7 acres of raw land. Some things happened with massive action, but mostly our motto has been baby steps, baby. The house was really just the first step so that we could maintain the work we had to do outside to make room for growing our own food.
Oh! He is not a toy
Chip
cup.
rounded out our crew as our fierce defender of the homestead. Before we ever designed a square foot on this property, we prepared to raise animals. Even while on our little lot in Houston, we raised Rex rabbits.
This is Rex. He is our main buck, 2 pregnant does.
Breeding them and using their manure for the garden. They're an integral part of our life and a powerful tool in how our family has learned to care for animals.
Kind of feels like he could still be warm. The other ones are all moving and
when there's life on the homestead, there will also be death. And although we know that death will become more familiar to us as we homestead, the chatter of life and death among our kids was compassionate, and to us that's invaluable. You might ask, why is it taking you so long to make progress? Well, have you ever had a 2-year-old while building a homestead?
Hi. Say hi, everybody.
Hi.
Say my daddy's trying to get it done. Oh, say I'm rubbing the mic. Rubbing that microphone. Yep.
That way.
Can you go that way?
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 That way.
Go that way.
There is never a boring day here, never a lack of projects. When there is nothing but trees where you live, anything you want has to be built from the ground up. We put the cedars to work as garden posts, and then turn the branches into biochar for the garden. We try to let very few things go to waste, including the moments where we can learn something new, a skill or a lesson or even an adventure.
Something cool.
Seasons are a way of life. There is something we measure our routines by. During the spring, we incubated 21 fertilized eggs, just hoping we'd get 10 laying hens 6 months later. We ended up with 8 hens and 9 roosters to raise for our sourdough pot pies.
Yes.
are you ready?
It's like cutting the umbilical.
Life support. Oh, we did just cut the umbilical cord, didn't we?
Oh yeah, that's gross.
One, two, three.
Yeah, this is
I
gonna
hope the yellow one cheap.
cheap.
Yellow.
Have you ever seen yeah, okay, yeah.
Talk about a homestead lesson. This was incredible. The chicks eventually moved out of our brooder box and began their life in the great outdoors.
There you go. Okay, that thing's messed up. Holy cow. These birds are now starting to really look like chickens. Hey, get ready.
The poultry netting and the chickshaw allow us to rotationally graze our chickens while still providing protection from predators and avoiding the frustrations that come with free ranging.
And then here are all of her bunnies. Oh my goodness, these bunnies.
As rabbits tend to do, ours multiplied like rabbits and really thrive here in the country. We were honestly not sure how well they would transition. Now we've raised and harvested over a dozen of our rabbits that have nourished our family. Shout out to some of the best humans on the planet, our kids. They hustle with the seasons, share tender observations about living in the country, and are just as invested as we are in stewarding this land well. They dream and sow seeds. They celebrate in all the big and small victories because they know it's about building something together. Our first summer was HOT hot and took a toll on all of our joy. Living in a small home is all fun and games until you're stuck inside for months because of the heat. And then after 10 straight weeks with zero rain, our spirits were lifted.
Yeah!
Did you see who it was?
So I got the milk jug. Ooh, buddy.
Brought me eggs. I love them. Look how pretty they are.
Fall was a welcome change. It meant the garden could get our attention again. And we took on some new additions. These pigs made us feel like vetted homesteaders. Like, if we could care for these guys, we could really make this thing work.
No, this is perfect.
Every animal here has to have a few jobs. Just like the chickens, we move the pigs across the property and use them to help till the ground and make room for us to sow seeds for future pasture. The most major project that we have taken on next to the house was our water storage. We decided not to do this one all on our own. First up went the gutters, so we could begin harvesting water off of our massive roof.
Hey!
The stars of this whole project are the tanks.
Holy crap! Oh my gosh! Like, that could hold enough for a city! Oh!
Is it recording? That lid right there. So what? Well, we had to do the overflows.
From start to finish, this project took about 4 weeks. We created a bed for the tanks, and our buddy Pete came to help install the plumbing that now stores 5,000 gallons of water for us to survive the droughts in the Texas summers. Pasture improvement is something we have known we would need to give a lot of attention to, even from the first time we stepped onto this property. If we want to expand to dairy cows or sheep, the quality of the pasture is integral to our success. In the meantime, we were able to lower our feed bill by harvesting some of our new cover crops for our animals. Those little piggies grew. Our pigs did just what we wanted them to do. We felt like real pig farmers when we moved to using 2 polywire strands to fence the pigs in from paddock to paddock. It made rotating them so doable. I'd say by the 3rd rotation, we felt way more confident about our abilities to not fail at this homestead thing. But it's not for the faint of heart. Because we want to preserve what's good about this property, we have chosen to remove as few trees as necessary to enjoy living here. Clearing just enough for the pigs to have fresh acorns, branches, and roots to enjoy is like a jigsaw puzzle when most of the property is a forest, but made for great work that we could do together.
Oh, greatly.
Look at my cup. It's perfect for today. I feel like we have to do this every time that we move pigs.
There we go. Here, pig, 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 pig. Here, pig, 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 pig. Here, pig, 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 pig. Basically, now what we're gonna do is tighten things really fast and turn the fence on. So I don't have enough hands. Where's Everett? He needs to be our cameraman.
This is my favorite part. It's kind of like when you get your kids gifts on Christmas and then they just open them and start playing with them right away and you don't even have to tell them. Doing their job. Quite possibly the hardest working thing on this farm. Remember that first run at berry picking where our 1-year-old had hands so red she looked like she'd just murdered somebody? The next berry season held a bigger berry yield and bigger kids too. We were able to harvest 2 gallons of dewberries from our property. We are now 2 years after selling our house in Houston, 2 years after breaking ground on our property, and just 18 months since we actually moved in. So why not add another animal? Our friend Josh from the Ganderflight YouTube channel came and helped our chicken cause, building a lightweight frame for our chicken tractor that would help us move these guys each day. They're thriving and growing, scratching, and I think they appreciate the extra work it takes to give them fresh space each day. The way we homestead is very hands-on. Yes, we need systems to do it well, but if we haven't put our hands to a project that's improving our property, or we don't smell like dirt by the end of the day, what was the point of leaving traffic jams and the bustle of suburban HOAs behind? The work is made to grow us. It's made to cultivate character. It creates the relationship we have to the rhythm of the day and the people in our lives, even the food we eat. One of our goals this summer is to fill our freezer with meat that will minimize our grocery bill over the next year. The chickens and the tractor and the pigs, they are part of that plan. We were always preparing in our minds for the day that we would have to move the pigs from our place to the processor. Here's where that learning curve shows up again. We have never done this before. There are definitely outtakes from our life that are nothing short of hilarious, and this is one of them.
Okay, I'm just gonna kick him. Okay. Okay, just Ollie, give mommy, go.
They can go under you, baby.
Okay, go around to the top and get mom food.
Come on, pigs. Here, pigs. Here.
No.
Down here, boys.
No. Oh, God.
Oh, no.
No. No.
Good boy. Okay.
After convincing the pigs to get into a pen with copious amounts of food, they were fed and happy and had no interest in getting into the trailer. So we waited. We planned a new strategy, and as pigs tend to do, they got hungry again. So how many people does it take to get 3 pigs into a trailer? In our case, it was 2 grown-ups and 2 kids under the age of 10.
Okay, go ahead and come out, because it's not easy to get. Oh, okay.
Got it. Call him. Do it over there, too.
Okay, scoot back, baby. Just try to
Epic.
let them.
Epic. Yes. Lock it.
was a victory. That was a payday and something we could never have done in suburbia. The possibilities of what we can create on these 7 acres is virtually endless. We have scores of notebooks filled with ideas of what if we did this? And on a bad day, we might feel overwhelmed at how much there is to do and lose sight of just how much has changed in the last 24 months. So we remember the words of a friend and viewer. It's been attributed to multiple authors, and it says this: we overestimate what we can accomplish in a day, and we underestimate what we can accomplish in a year. I can't wait to see what we accomplish on this property in the next 10 years.